We're not quite done yet. Remember that password that we got from Onigawara in the main scenario? Remember the password? That was it, right? Yay! Welcome to the rec room. Sweet! And lots of stuff going on here, and there's gonna be so much lag, isn't there? Ooh, this is gonna be annoying. Either way. Bloody Aki. Thank you for playing Misao. It was loaded with silly traps, but still. Did you enjoy it? As said before, I enjoyed it for what it was, although it was, it wasn't bad. It was good for what it was. I'm glad if you enjoyed it. Enjoyed this bonus room too. Do we want to save? Oh, sure. Ah, yes. What will it be? Onigawara is a real mystery. Maybe the truth on him will never fully come to light. He's certainly not human, we can say that. Some of Misao's parts, i.e. her torso, didn't need to be found because Onigawara already sacrificed them in advance. So goes the rumor. No, fair enough. It certainly explains a question I had. Initially, I simply made Onigawara because I needed a save point. I agonized over whether to make him chairman of the board or student council president. His original name was Onizuka. I made it Onigawara to be a little more unusual. I just wanted to have Oni in there. Oni meaning demon. Also, a little fact, Onigawara also appears in Mad Father, a game that was made before this one, and the version 3 that we are playing added a few more hints to Mad Father as it kept going. Oh, there it is. Part of the background music in the rec room really keeps sounding like there's a phone ringing outside, like in real life. Anyway, Onigawara is also in Mad Father, but I think he plays less of a role there. Zombie. The first version was made for fun in the author's spare time. It's rough around the edges, but look at the big picture. Listen carefully to my lectures. A mysterious, suave teacher, but he's really a murderer with a dark past. Sota was suspicious from the start. No kidding. Maybe lots of people predicted he was bad news. Yeah, probably. Well, I did because I kind of figured it out pretty fast. This doesn't really impact the story, but Sota wasn't ever attacked because the evil spirits were too scared to come near. And that's because Misao feared Sota. Misao and the spirits are linked in a sense. Not completely one and the same, as they attack people she has nothing against. Aki killing Sota was unexpected to Misao. Maybe Misao thought sacrificing Toma would make for a happier outcome. By killing Toma, he'd be hers forever. But killing Sota puts him in the grave forever. Either way, Misao's spirit is saved. However, sacrificing Toma, it's likely Misao's spirit will never move on. Making the teacher a villain was planned from the start. He was just kind of plain from the outset, but soon took on a mysterious air. To be honest, his hair is designed like a young detective from some foreign TV drama. Really? Maybe I don't watch a whole lot of TV dramas, but I don't know, I don't recognize the hair really. Common event donors. Sweet. No, I don't want to talk to you again. I wanted to see if I could check the desk. Please be my friend! Similar to Onigawara, Library is a mystery. She's not human either. She seems to be Onigawara's servant. She has a fear of humans and only listened to Aki because she smelled like her. Maybe Aki's not human? Library was made to give out hints. I couldn't think of a good name, so I let the player decide. Translation note, novella was my idea. She was going to murder Toma initially. There's traces of that in Toma ending up in the library, and if you play as the boy... If you haven't seen it, I hope you enjoy it when you do. It's just a minor thing, don't get your hopes up. Yeah, they keep talking about how things changed with the boy version, which they actually did. I only got through the good ending as the girl initially, because it was pretty freaking obvious what I had to do. So, yeah. There are hints and talks about that library is actually the protagonist from Mad Father, Aya, but from one of the endings in that game. There are some hints of it. I think they will put more hints of it in the third version here. Like, if you put her name as Maria, which is one of the names from Mad Father, and the name of a character that the protagonist doesn't like, Library will say that she doesn't like the name, but she'll take it because you gave it to her. I'm not sure if it is. It might just be a little nod for the players of both games. This game was based on the concept of finding scattered parts of a girl, with characters and story then added. The author watched lots of B-movie horror flicks, so there's some influence there. There's something the author wishes to tell everyone through this game, and that is... Watch out for creeper teachers! Good reaction. I almost ignored Yoshino. How terrible. Why, when I get out of here, I'll... Yoshino's really just a coward. She only bullies those weaker than her. That's why Saotome, with more friends and charm, is exempt from her wrath. Seemed to like Toma despite his girlfriend. She has an unexpectedly earnest side. She does. Being a bully was set from the start, so she looks like a main character. I think she looks more a delinquent than a bully. Originally named Sasayama, her art was designed based on her sprites, so that was pretty easy. Actually, most characters were designed from sprites. It ain't my fault. Toma is a trendy guy. He looks bad, but he brings in the ladies. But inside, he's the ultimate klutz. Even Aki is astounded at times. It must be the good looks that she didn't ditch him. Maybe. He's left in the other world in a true ending, but I leave it up to the players to imagine if he ever made it back or what. He was utterly toying with Misao. He thought Saotome was a good girl too, but it's unlikely he was serious about her. Just like Ayaka says, he's nothing but a seducer. Seems he tried to seduce Library while in the library. This becomes evident in the boy route. See for yourself how that turns out. We know, she kills him. I wonder how, since I don't seem to have dropped the bat at that point, but since she's apparently not human. I made a guy who's putting on an act inside and out. He's a boy-at boy, but as someone Misao falls for, he couldn't look too scary. Bam! Cool dude! Why not? It would have made her look a bit macabre, but... personality. His original name was Keita. Seemed too ordinary, so this is what you got. It's a very dazzling name. The concept of hiding in a corpse actually comes from a foreign cartoon. Okay. Let's just Sota's as suave as ever. Aki's best friend. Natural stalker. A fad follower and thus total doofus. She's the one character who is not two-faced, which is why she gets killed. Revived in the true ending by Onigawara, she's fond of him, so she'll likely begin a new life of stalking in the other world. A character created to reinforce Sota's... yeah. Plus, the protagonist seems sort of friendless, so she's Aki's best friend to boot. She's the one I regretted killing most. That's why I revived her in the true ending. Well, if you hadn't, that would have kind of been a dick move. Skeleton. Even here, Onigawara's hiding something. Look for it if you like. Can't believe that scoundrel, though. Pretending to be student council president. What a brat! Oh, hiding something, huh? Well, let's lag walk back there. And if you will remember how we originally got the password in the main scenario... Bam! Oh, well noticed. As a reward, I shall show you those scrapped face sprites. So, Sota's hair seemed to be a little not so behind his ears. Misao has a creepy smile. Onigawara looks paler. Ayaka's hairpins are blue instead of red. But outside of that, they don't look all that different from the used sprites. Huh? That's really the special extra thing that Onigawara has hidden for us. Misao! Kudo's a character who is never rewarded, but in the true ending, his feelings save him. But was that last Misao real, or just an alter illusion? I'll let the players decide that one. Anyway, Kudo was like a big brother to Misao. No love involved. So, no, Misao didn't hate Kudo, but Kudo's love was never requited. Well, did he ever bother to try to, confess to her while she was still alive? No, so you cannot say that it would never have been requited. Requited. Not acquitted. Kudo looks like a nice guy, but he's not so nice in personality. He's gloomy, and I bet he makes posts bad-mouthing people on the internet. Oh my god, Kudo. Bad boy, I'm wagging my finger at you. Bonus. Kudo's hate rank. 1. Toma. 2. Yoshino. 3. Himself. Originally named Kawamura. Way too stupid, so I thought something more serious, and Kudo was born. He's made to contrast Toma on the inside and outside. Just looks like this weird boy now. Me and Miho are always together. A girl mentioned only by name in the bad ending. I actually had plans for a sequel with her once. More honest than Aki. Miho, without Maho, I'll be all alone again. A girl in the bad ending. Changed her graphics in Virgin too. Maho is a vigorous girl. Miho is feeble and thus clings to Maho. The two get along like twins. Thank you for finding me. The tragic heroine Misao. Friendless and far away from family. She lived a lonely life. She felt for a man her polar opposite. She longed for Toma and maybe the feelings were mutual. She's an obedient girl, but hides a tricky personality inside. That said, she definitely wouldn't wish unhappiness on anyone when alive. She's likely the nicest of all characters. horribly bullied. You know, tragic heroine and all. Forgive me for that, Misao, but I had a story to write. Since it said she never stood out, I gave her a very simple design, but I was surprised by the response of her being seen as cute. Misao being bullied by her classmates was there from the beginning, but most of the ending stuff was decided much later. Even I didn't think this would end up being a game that struggled to claim 15 and up. For the characters, some inspiration was taken from Revelations per se. I mean from my head. I like that lonely atmosphere. Yeah, I'm scared. Her voice gets more annoying the more often I have to do it. Popular with many friends thanks to her good girl act. She certainly looks the part. She doesn't really hate me, so... Posting the text was just a joke, but dating Toma she couldn't forgive. She might seem like a flighty broad, but she really seemed to like Toma. As soon as I knew Toma would have a girlfriend, there she was, gold ponytail and big breasts. Name and nickname were decided from the start. I'm rather fond of Saotome's face spread. Her clothes make her look like a secretary, though. And so much stuff. What indeed was this machine? Even the author doesn't know! They're passionately kissing. Get a room! How many times are you gonna fall, lady? Yeah, that's the spirit that falls off from the thingy, the roof. No one accepts me. The most quickly offed character. She's hiding somewhere. Look for her if you never found her. Yeah, that's the twitching thing behind the screen in the infirmary. Did you know there's a place to dodge between the boulders? Well, obviously I did, considering this is only unlocked once you have the truth scenario, which you can only get after getting the good ending, which requires you to have moved away. Forgive me, Misao. Hook! Yeah, the poisoned Aki sprite. After killing Sota, his corpse is hidden. Look for it, please. I never looked for it initially, but when I read this, I went and actually looked for it once. It's hidden behind the screen in the infirmary, replacing this weird thing. Don't touch my Toma! Straight out of a B-movie. Aw, and the female Aki hugging Misao. Friends. That's a thing. We're friends, aren't we? The story's protagonist. An ordinary high school girl and problem child. Lives alone and off campus, unlike many other students. And why did she say I'm off when she left? Maybe force of habit. Tends to focus on one thing and ignore the rest. That aspect is the main reason she goes to certain lengths for Misao. The "I'll be the sacrifice" line? Well, that was no joke. She really would be ready to die for Misao. That honest personality of hers might have been stopped in its tracks by Onigawara's glare. Agi's designed like an old shoujo manga heroine. She was more normal to begin with. I like ridiculous, surreal gags, so I put lots of such jokes in the game. That part of her has no real meaning, it's just for fun. Part of her personality not being too distinct is I didn't want her to stand out too much. I considered a silent protagonist at first. I agonized over whether I should write her name with the character for demon, hinting at a half-demon, half-human situation. If I make a sequel and it reveals her secrets, I think I'd like to do that with her name. Oops, I just spoiled it. I have no plans at all, sorry. I'll always protect you. Another selectable protagonist. Had the same personality as Girl Aki at first, but is a little more serious in the new version. In version 2, you could only choose him for a second playthrough, but you can choose him from the start as of version 3. He couldn't do the true ending in 2, but can in 3, and it's slightly different from the girl version. Check it out if you haven't yet. Well, I did. It was boring having an identical second playthrough, so I made him. Was going to make his default name Akito, which is what we called him. Only his tone was different in the old version, so that was pretty pointless. The new version has some slight personality changes, so check them out. Yeah, I never played anything beyond or before the third version, which I have here, so I don't know anything about it. Well, after we teleport over here, thank you, we're actually done. We're done with Misao. Thanks for visiting. And we have a changed title screen. See you for my next Let's Play!